practice, Vinyasa flow, and make sure to take care of yourself today. Use any props that you need to support yourself. If you have something like 2 blocks, put them at the front edge of your space. That would be great to have them ready. And from there, come into a supportive stance, feet hip distance apart or so. Relax your arms by the side of your body. Make any little fidgets, adjustments that you need to land and arrive in your space. Option to keep the arms here or take one hand to belly, one hand to heart center, making contact with your physical body. And invite your eyelids to relax partway or completely closed. Take a deep, full breath through nose. Exhale it out, open mouth, letting go. And take a moment here to honor the physical space that you're in, if there are any distractions, noises that are present. Letting all the outer pieces be a part of your practice this morning. And gently start to welcome in the presence of your breath. Begin to inhale more fully through your nose or your mouth if you're congested. Let it be a slow breath moving into a full 360-degree diaphragmatic breath. Notice the way that air flows into your lungs and then creates a little ripple effect of movement throughout the rest of your body. And staying with the presence and guidance of your deeper breath. Next exhalation, relax your arms by the side of your body. Start to coordinate breath with movement. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down through center. Open the palms by the side of your body. Continue this motion. Inhale the circle, arms rise. You can take on light with your eyes. Gaze can rise upwards. Next cycle with the arms up to the sky. As your palms touch, lower your hands down in front of your heart center. Pause here and take a moment to create direction, intention, purpose for your time in practice today. Noticing what is calling you to focus on here. It might be a little quality, something that you want to call in for your day or week. Could be something like healing, connection, strength, perspective, forgiveness, kindness. That's 1 or 2 things that you could use more of. And to acknowledge this focus, each other's company here, gently bow head to heart. Slowly relax your arms by the side of your body once more. Take on light. If your eyes have softened, bring your feet together here. And with the inhalation, sweep the arms again up to the sky. The exhalation, bend your knees just a little bit. The hands come onto your knees. Invite in a few circular motions with your knees. Circle in the opposite direction. And from there, pause, straighten through your legs. Feel free to separate your feet again if that feels more stable. Hands to your hips. Allow for circular motions in your hips, moving one direction. And gradually move the opposite direction. Pause at the hips, lengthen, relax your arms, take your shoulders, create a few rolls here. Shoulder rolls up, back, and down. Pause, shoulders at ease on your back body. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky, interlace your hands above you. Exhale, circle your wrists down. Once you get towards your legs, release your fingers, shake it out a little bit. Again, inhale, sweep arms to the sky. Interlace your fingers opposite way from before. Circle the wrists down. And from there, once you release down, unlace the fingers, shake it out a little bit. Pause with your arms, inhale, lengthen through the top of your head. Lower your left shoulder to your left ear. Chin comes down through center over to the opposite side. Very light arc back behind, so hardly letting the weight of the head move back. Circle again. Next time your chin is towards center, pause, circle opposite way. And return back to a pause, chin at neutral. Bring both hands onto your hips, find a gaze point out in front, shift the weight to your right foot. Inhale, lift your left foot just a little bit off the ground, circle through your ankles, one direction. Ankle circles opposite way. And from here, bend your knee just a little bit higher towards the sky and create a few hip rotations. Left hip opens to your own degree, one direction. And now circle opposite direction. Start to amplify your breath even more if you need more support here. Any heat building, especially on your standing leg. Gradually pause, lower your left foot down, shift the weight, gaze still helping you out. Little lift of the right foot as you inhale, circle your ankle. Doing all these circular motions for joint lubrication and awakening. Circle opposite way. And gradually lift your right knee a little higher. Explore opening through your hip socket, one direction. And the other direction. And gradually pause, foot back down to the earth. Come up to the front edge of your mat or space, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, circle, arms rise to the sky. Exhale, hinge your hips, fold forward, deep bend in the knees, especially if hamstrings are tighter as you fold forward. Grab the supportive blocks or hands to the earth. Inhale, lengthen, part way up, knees stay bent. Exhale, fold, step your right foot back behind you. Lower your back knee down to the earth. And begin to play here with the inhale. Shift your weight forward, open through your mid and upper back, gaze lifts for cow stretch. Exhale, back off as you round here. Left leg moves to your degree of straight, doesn't have to be fully. Inhale to shift and open. Especially if your right knee is feeling tender here, double up your mat or bring another blanket under your knee. An opportunity here to also check in with your attention and mind. Where is your focus right now? If you're somewhere else, bring your attention back to this moment, this opportunity to be with movement and breath. From here, slowly pause, front knee in line with your ankle. Keep your back toes curled. Inhale to lift your back knee off, right knee off of the earth. Exhale, sink your back knee, hover to build a little bit more fire. Inhale to lift. Exhale to hover. Continue this motion here. With next exhalation, as your right knee lowers to the earth, pause it there. Legs strong, inhale to rise up, sweep the arms up to the sky. With exhalation, arc. over to your left side, creating a right side body stretch. Inhale through center. Exhale again, arc left. Inhale to lift. Exhale to arc. Inhale to rise back up through center space. With your exhalation, rotate your spine right, open, twist. Inhale back through center, both arms forward. Exhale into sky, exhale, open. Rotation. And all these movements, less is often more. You can get quite a bit of benefit and experience in these motions. Twist more from your mid and upper back. Final cycle here. In breath back through center space. Exhale, lower your hands down. Inhale, back knee rises off of the earth. Take your time. With the exhalation, make your way front edge of your mat, deep bend in your knees, supporting natural low back curve. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. With exhalation, shift the knees into a bend, hips draw back, arms forward, chair pose. Stabilize here, inner legs stable. In chair pose, knees can come forward to support yourself, finding a natural low back curve. Abdominals awake. Inhale to rise back up, standing. Exhale, open the arms wide, hinge at your hips, deep bend in the knees, forward fold. Adapted here. Inhale to lift. Knees still in a bend. Exhale, step your left foot back behind you. Lower the back knee down. Begin the motion. Sink into your front knee. Open through front body with inhale. Exhale. Explore your own range of straightening through your front leg. And final cycle here. As you come forward, pause, right knee in line with your ankle below. Energize through your back foot. Inhale to lift, back knee off of the ground. Exhale, sink to hover. Explore building a little bit more heat in the leg here. Stay with the fullness of the breath, always an opportunity to contract the back of the throat for ocean sounding breath. Otherwise, stay with just a full 360-degree diaphragmatic breath. Next time you lower your knee down to the ground, pause. Inhale, leg strong, rise up, arms to the sky. Exhale, arc over to the right side. Inhale through center. Continue to move here with your breath. In breath, back through middle, both arms high. Exhale, rotate through your ribs, open your arms, gentle twist. Inhale through center, exhale, rotate. Option for left hand to your back, low back, hip area, if you feel any unnecessary tension in the arm. Final cycle to rotate. Inhale back through middle space. Exhale, lower hands down to blocks or earth. In breath, back knee high. Exhale, take your time. Front edge of your space. Deep bend in your knees. Inhale to lift all the way to standing. Exhale, arms float out in front, bend your knees, shift the weight back, chair pose. Option to stay there or more heat building. Lift your heels off of the ground. Could also be a tap dance. Heels lower, then gently lift, lower, gently lift, or opportunity to pause and sustain for a little bit more. Relax your mouth, your jaw. Root down, inhale to lift the arms to the sky, stay standing, exhale, lower your hands, side of your body. Take a deep, deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Optional sound, sigh. From there, take your hands back behind to your low back or hip area at the back. Root down through your feet. In breath, lift and lengthen out of your center body. Start to lean back with your mid and upper back. Elbows mirror each other here. Gentle baby back bend. Option to tip your chin just a little bit skyward, but stay super mindful. The weight of the head still staying mostly forward. Inhale to return back through center, deep bend in your knees. Bow down towards the earth, hands to any props. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, fold back down to the earth. Step your right foot back behind you. Keep a little bend in your back knee. Inhale to rise, torso up, sink into your front thigh, crescent lunge pose. Elongate through your ribs. Option to layer for more shoulder heat, arms lifted to the sky. The bending of the back knee here is intended to support finding more of your own natural low back curve, also allowing the back glute to stay engaged, supporting the stability of the posture. One more inhale. Exhale, spin your back foot open, arms towards T position. Warrior two pose, especially if you tend to take a really long stance here. Bring the feet a little bit closer towards each other. So it's a shortened stance. Back foot can come even a little forward to support the rotation of the back hip if there's tension there. Inner legs ignite. Arms active. Gaze can be at center or towards the front fingers. Warrior two. From here, add some motion with the breath. Inhale, straighten through your front leg, arms lift. Exhale to sink. Inhale to lift. Move with your rhythm here. Next time you inhale, front leg straight, pause. Exhale, take your right hand to your back hip. Left arm up and over, gentle arc back. Side stretch here. Inhale, return back through center. Exhale, sink back into your front thigh. Take your left hand towards your heart center. Draw your right arm up and over. Very little arc to the left side. Variation on lateral angle pose. Firing up through your obliques here. If the arm over is creating tension, keep the arm up, or you can also place hand to back hip. Being conscious of the shape that you're making in your body, what's activating, what's present, where is your mind? With the inhale, return back through warrior two. Exhale, windmill the hands all the way down to the ground. Step back, hips high, downward facing dog pose. Fingertips awake and alive here, head relaxed. This is too intense, or you just need a break from down dog. Lower the knees down, keep the hips in line with the knees, arms out in front, forehead to earth, puppy stretch. So you can stay very active in a puppy stretch as well. Finding your own supportive place. And if you're in down dog, with inhale, shift your weight forward, high plank pose. If you're in puppy, either take high plank or hold off there. With exhale, bend your elbows wide to the right and left to give yourself support here, or knees come to the ground, lower all the way down to the earth. If you're in puppy, make your way onto the ground. Legs stay hip distance apart. fire up through the center body, glutes squeeze just a bit. With inhale, lift your torso forward and up. Hover your hands here to ensure that the lumbar is supported by glute engagement. Exhale to lower. Inhale again, hover the palms as part of your pose. Exhale to lower. Inhale, let it lift. Option to sustain here for a bit more heat building. Exhalation, lower all the way down. Two options here. You can take tabletop, or for more fire, curl your toes, lift your knees. Inner leg super strong. Press into finger pads. Inhale, reverse plank pose. Exhale, press back. Bend your knees, hips back for downward dog. Stabilize and pause in downward dog. Take 3 rounds of full and active cleansing breaths here. Make any motions that you need in downward facing dog. Deep full breath. And with your exhalation, look out in front, make your way, your own rhythm to the front edge of your space, deep bend in the knees. Inhale to rise up all the way, standing position. With exhalation, bend your knees, shift the weight back behind, chair pose. Once more here. And from chair, take your hands onto your hips, gaze point out in front. Root into your left foot. Inhale, straighten through left leg. Right knee floats, arms extend. With exhalation, lower your right foot, bend. Opposite side. Inhale to lift. A little moving balance. One more time. Next time you have your left leg floated skyward, with your exhalation, hands to hips, step your left foot back. Bend into your back knee. Stabilize, low back. Option to lengthen the arms. Elongation through your ribs. Deep breaths, crescent lunge pose. Inhale, breath. Exhale, spin your back foot down, open your arms. Take your time, option to adjust your back foot out wider. Take a shorter stance here. Remember this, it helps to engage the muscles a little bit more. Inner legs ignite, core active and strong, arms awake. Option for gaze out in front or to center. Deep breaths, warrior two pose. And with inhale, straighten through your front leg, arms lift, little breath and motion. Exhale, resync. Inhale to rise. Move with your rhythm here. Next cycle, inhale, straighten through your front leg. Exhale, back hand to back hip. Take your right arm up and over, very gentle arc back. Doesn't have to be super extreme. Focus more on length here. Inhale, breath. With the exhalation, resync into your front thigh. Take your right hand towards your body here, left arm either to the sky or up and over. Little bit of a light arc to the right side with your torso, but keeping pretty elevated here to fire up through your obliques. Soften any tension in your facial muscles. Inhale to return back through warrior two. Exhale, windmill the hands all the way down to the earth. This time, step back right into high plank pose, top of a push-up. Deep connected breath. Knees can come down or elbows open to the right and left as you transition. Next exhale, come all the way down to the ground. Option to stay with cobra or take the arms by the side of your body 35 degrees. Squeeze through your glutes, inner legs. Inhale, float torso and legs just a bit for locust pose. Keep the length here. Either pulse down and up with your breath or sustain the posture. Option for arms to lift. Wherever you're at, if you're sustaining or pulsing, take one more full deep breath. Exhale to lower all the way down onto the earth. Hands return by the side of heart space, under shoulders, curled toes. Knees lift tabletop or inhale, reverse plank. Exhale, press back downward facing dog pose. 3 stabilizing cycles of deep breath here. One more in breath. With your exhalation, take your time, make your way to the front edge of your space, deep bend in the knees. Inhale, root and rise all the way. Standing position, circle the arms. Exhale, lower your hands by the side of your body. Locate a gaze point again out in front. To support yourself for balance, hands to your hips. Shift the weight to your right foot, stable and strong on the right leg. Inhale to float your left knee towards hip height. Either stay here or from this place, take your left ankle to your right thigh, remembering that this could look like this. So it can be a figure 7. Sometimes this is called figure 4, but totally valid if there's more tightness in your hips. Deeper bend to your degree in your right knee. Remain there or hands come towards heart center. If you want more balance challenge, take your gaze to center or to the sky. If you fall out, no big deal. Let it be a play. Keep your left toes awake, the whole foot energized. Deep breathing. Inhale to rise back up through balance, left knee floats. Exhale, lower your foot down, honor any heat on your standing leg. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Open mouth option, exhale, let it go. Hands return back to your hips, root down into your left leg this time, stable and strong, gaze supporting you. Inhale to float. Right knee. Exhale, bend into your left knee, ankle to front thigh, your own angle of the right knee, honoring your body. Energize through the right foot. Remain there, hands to heart center. This side might feel completely different, need a different posture shape. So support your body. Relax your mouth, your jaw. With an inhalation, rise back up through balance, right knee floats. Exhale, lower your foot down. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. With exhalation, hinge and float right back down towards the earth, deep bend in your knees. Inhale to lift and lengthen partway up. Exhale, fold hands down towards the earth, step back, high plank pose, top of a push-up. From high plank, lower one forearm, then the other forearm down to the ground, interlace the hands, pinky finger tucks under. Hover here. If this is way too intense, lower your knees for support. Find a long line in your body dome through the upper shoulders. Keep the center body super active here. As you sustain, again, always this tap dance option to lower the knees, lift, lower the knees, lift, or hover for a little core activator. Relax through your neck, your mouth, stabilizing here for another 10 seconds. Exhale to lower your knees down to the ground. Press into your hands, rise up, tabletop position, support your knees with any additional prop here. Inhale to float, hands come up to your thighs, rise up, kneeling position. Circle your arms to the sky. Option to curl your toes under here. Exhale, hands come to your heart, start to lean just a little back. Still lengthen the spine. This is to target the core. Inhale back through center. Exhale, gentle lean back. Low back stays at a neutral placement here. You can remain in this movement position, or next time you lean back, pause and sustain. Arms can open wide for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, return back through middle space, root down into your hands, curl your toes, in breath, hips high, head relaxed, fingertips awake, downward facing dog pose. 3 rounds of integrative, connected breaths here. Puppy stretch, always an option, honoring your practice. With next inhalation, shift your weight forward, high plank pose. Remember your options, knees down or elbows open wide as you float to the earth once again. You can play with any of our previous postures, Cobra, Locust, or this time around, opportunity to explore an adaptation on floor bow pose. Bend through your knees, feet angle towards the sky. Gradually draw your hands interlaced up to the back of your head. Elbows can start on the earth. And from here, with the glutes squeezing, low back at neutral, inhale to press your feet skyward. Thighs begin to lift off of the earth. Then the torso and elbows join. Exhale to lower back down. Inhale to lift. So as you lift, you should naturally feel the glutes squeeze quite a bit. Exhale to lower. Stay in this up and down motion, or next time you rise up, opportunity to sustain. If there's any undue crank in your lumbar spine, please back off the height of your posture. And stabilize for another 3, 2, 1. Exhale to lower all the way down. This time palms can come down as a little pillow, head to one side, or chin at center. Soften through your whole body. Receive the posture. And from there, if your head is to one side, return it back to center. One more cycle here for exploration in the back extensions. So remember, you can always go back to locust or cobra, play with that. Otherwise, one more round here, floor bow. Bend through your knees, feet to the sky, hands interlaced. With inhale, start to lift. Feet, thighs off of the ground. Torso, elbows lift. Option to pulse through the posture or sustain. Soften through your mouth, your teeth. Final deep breath wherever you're at. Exhale to lower back down to the earth. Take your head opposite side. Keep the chin at center, taking a moment to just be here. Very gently return your head back to center. If it's rotated, hands come by the side of your shoulders here. Curl the toes under. Option to, or lift up into table pose. And then either a puppy stretch or take downward facing dog pose. Down dog, pressing the fingers, the hands forward as if you were stretching up to reach something, even if you're against a sticky mat, creating that elongation for the shoulder girdle. Head relax. Final inhalation and down dog. With your exhalation, gradually lower your knees down to the earth. Draw your hips in one direction. Extend your legs out in front on your mat. Grab any prop that you need here and make sure that you have it within arm's reach of the back part of your mat. Root down into the support of your feet. With the knees bent, inhale to lift and lengthen. With your exhalation, take your time to round and lower all the way down onto the earth, into a supine position. Gradually in this place with your knees still bent, take your right ankle to your left thigh, creating a figure 7 or 4. This might be plenty of stretch for you, or play with lifting the left foot off of the ground. Right hand interlace comes through the window opening to meet and interlace the left fingers behind your left hamstring. If you find that you're not feeling a whole lot there, use just a little bit of arm strength to draw your left leg towards you. The right leg will follow, but then also press a little bit away. So you're actively moving the pelvic bowl down, the sacrum towards the earth to fire up and engage the stretch. Any little micro movements are welcome here. One more dedicated, deep, full breath. And with your exhalation, gently unlace fingers, release. Lower your right foot down. And gradually take your left ankle to your right thigh. Exploring the second side here and what posture options you need to best support this pose. Remember that having a figure 7 shape is just as welcome in this posture. And feel free to make any little movements to explore your pose. If your mind is drifting elsewhere, opportunity to stay curious, to notice the focal point of your stretch and see what is unfolding, what is moving, what type of sensations are you experiencing. Let that be your anchor point. Inhale deep breath. With exhalation, gently release your hands, feet back to their original position here. If you have a block or something like it, bring it by your space. Root it into your feet and shoulders. Squeeze through your legs. Inhale to lift. Hips and pelvis off of the earth just a bit. Slide your block, first or second height setting, under your sacrum for a supported bridge pose. If you don't have a prop nearby, you can use your palms as a little shelf. Just be mindful of your wrists, or you can stay in an active bridge pose. If you're in an active bridge, keep the glutes squeezing and focus less on height, more on stability of the low back. And in the supported bridge, option to remain right there, or feel free to extend one leg, then the other leg skyward for a supported shoulder stand, amplifying the inversion a little bit here to stimulate the lymph system. See if you can find some ease and relaxation in whichever version of the posture you're in. And staying here just a little bit longer, knowing that you can always release a pose before I guide you to. If your legs are elevated to the sky, supported shoulder stand, start to bend through your knees, feet return back to the ground. Reactivate through inner legs, glutes, shoulders. Inhale to lift your pelvis so you can remove your block with the exhalation. Sink back down to the earth. Pause just for a moment, restabilizing neutral low spine. And from there, draw your knees to center space. Give yourself a little squeeze here, little circles. And start to listen to your own body for the next couple of minutes. Take your time to honor a little closing ritual for your time here on your mat this morning. Any other final shapes or motions, any other expressions that you are being called towards, go ahead and play with them. If you find that what you're craving is some added time for rest and relaxation, give yourself that gift. Stretch out your legs and take a final relaxation posture. If you are moving towards the final resting pose, ensure to support yourself temperature-wise with any added layers, or especially if the lumbar spine isn't always happy, place a rolled blanket underneath your knees. You can also take the final resting pose on the side in a fetal position as an alternative option. Or if you want, you can also come up against the wall and put your legs up the wall for a continuation of your inversion. If you're in your own exploration and flow, taking just another 10 rounds of slow, concentrated breaths. If you're in your own movement, take your time and begin to wind down. Make your way towards the final resting posture using any props and supports that you need to be super cozy here. And as you settle into the stability of the ground, allow your whole body to be held here. This opportunity and time to receive your engagement in the practice. And soften any remaining tension that is unnecessary through your feet and legs, hips and abdominal muscles. And let go of any tension in low back and ribs, palms, wrists, forearms, and shoulders. Allow your facial muscles to be supple, mouth and jaw, cheekbones, temples, and forehead all releasing. And staying here, simply be. And I'll come back in a few minutes to guide you out of this resting posture. And very gradually become a little bit more aware of yourself resting in your space. Know that if you want to remain here, have a little bit of added time, stay as you are. Otherwise, tune in to sounds that are around you in your space. Reconnect to the soft presence of your breath. Allow for very gentle waking motions through facial muscles, eyelids, mouth and jaw, ankles, fingers, the wrists, hands, toes. An option to take a full body stretch here, arms above, head, toes pressed forward, fingers back. Your own rhythm, knees draw to center as you roll over to the right side or left side. Fetal pose. Take a moment there in a pause to offer gratitude for your own body. In a comfortable and supportive way, find a transition up to a seated position. Use any props that you need to uplift the hips and support the low back. Eyes soft or closed. And here in the upright space, take notice of anything that has moved or shifted or awakened through your participation and inquiry in the tradition of yoga. With your palms connected in front of your heart space or one hand flat at heart center, then the other hand on top of that. Bring back your intention, the quality or qualities you called in to your day or week. And to affirm this, as well as to acknowledge each other's company in the virtual space. Gently bow your head to your heart center. Celebrating and honoring your wisdom and your strength. Namaste.